Did you know the feeling of unlovable can actually lead you to bringing and inviting more love into your life than you ever thought possible? Whoa! My name is Sharam Namdarian, and in this video we're going to be talking about the feeling of unlovable and how that feeling and healing that feeling can actually help you invite more love into your life. Originally this video is titled something like, watch this video if you've ever felt unlovable, watch this video if you do feel unlovable, something like that. But basically the idea is this. That feeling is a gateway to relationships and into just experiences that you did not previously know or allow into your life. Let's talk about it. So what do we mean by the feeling of unlovable? If you've ever felt unlovable, well, the feeling might be very self-explanatory, but it's worth explaining. You might feel that people don't love you. You might feel that people don't like you. You might feel that no matter what your attempts to try and make people like you doesn't work. You might feel like who you are at a core level isn't unlovable, and you might feel like you have to try to make people like you. That's a big thing. That's a big thing. You might feel like every time you put yourself out there, you just get cut down. There's a lot of ways that we can feel unlovable, but generally speaking, I find that when you stare at emotions long enough, you start to realize that sometimes people make us feel unlovable. That's true. And sometimes we inherit an unlovableness within us. Sometimes we have a deep well of just unprocessed unlovedness within us. I know there's probably way too many people out there with a huge capacity to love, but a huge capacity also to receive love, that they haven't yet fully received the amount of love that they would have or should have, or dare I say, deserve. So if you are currently feeling unlovable, or if you've ever felt unlovable, I'm going to ask you to do the same thing I ask you to do in every fucking goddamn video I produce, and that is to heal, and that is to surrender. So what happens when you surrender to the feeling of unlovableness? Well, Jesus fucking Christ. And I hope you don't, if you're a Christian, I hope you don't mind me saying that. I swear to God, healing the feelings of unlovableness can lead to such amazing relationships that you did not know thought possible. So what ends up happening? Well, first of all, when you heal the feeling of unlovableness, what ends up happening is you're completely okay with being unlovable. And ironically, what happens if you're completely okay being unlovable, you start being yourself. And when you start being yourself, you give people the opportunity to love you for you. Not a false sense of self, not a sense of a projected self, but you for fucking you. And isn't that really nice? The other thing is as you process, and this is like the biggest point of this video as well, or one of the biggest points anyway, because there's a lot of good points. Stick around to the end. Basically, when you heal a feeling of unlovableness within you by deep emotional surrender, surrendering to that feeling, do not try and change it, do not try and modify it, do not try and make it any bigger or any worse, or do not try and reframe it, just be with it. You let it pass, you let it resolve itself, and you learn from it. You then develop a, dare I say, witch sight. You develop a insight into being able to see the other people around you or in your life, because even though you may or may not be in lockdown right now, I know in Melbourne, our lockdown just got extended, double extended, mega lockdown, bonanza. You'll still have people around you in your life, texting, digitally, whatever it is. I'm a person in your life. Suck it. I'm here and I'm here to stay. But basically, because you've healed it within yourself, you can see it in other people. And you then get the option. Do you help them or do you not? That's the beauty of this. The beauty of healing a deep sense of unlovableness is you can see it. And you know deep down once you've healed it, because when there is no unlovableness, what's left? It's just you. When there's no negative thoughts, what's left? It's just you. It's always just you expressing yourself, manifesting yourself in this life, being the best and whatever potential that is for you. But you get the choice. So if, for example, the world starts to open up and wherever it is you are in the world, maybe it is, I don't know, but you walk around, you'll develop this sight. You'll see the body language. People will project it like an aura in the same way that you might have or that you might already currently do. That unlovableness, what do we, when we're unlovable, what do? We're insular. We hold ourselves on the inside. We limit ourselves, essentially. We pull our punches of human connection because we're afraid. But flip it, heal that within you. I'm just enjoying my own hand movements right now. Heal the unlovableness within you. What's left is you. Yes, we've said that before. But because you've healed it, your pipe is clear. If anyone makes you feel unlovable in that way again, it will just run through you. Your body knows what to do with it. You've run the cycle. It's completed itself. You've learnt from it. You've got the realization. So people can't make you feel that way again. And you'll see that maybe the people who tried to make you feel unlovable, if you do feel unlovable, are just doing that because they themselves feel unlovable. You'll realize that all the time that inherited stored unlovableness, which is sort of like a splinter in your foot, you try and walk on it, but you end up stepping on it every time, so it hurts, and so you develop a bit of a limp. You'll realize that all those people who made you feel that way were thus also feeling the same fucking way. That unlovableness is essentially a curse. But healed unlovableness, healed deep fucking inner freedom allows you to perceive and to witness other people and to know deep down that you are lovable, because it will not fucking matter if you are or if you are not. If you are already walking down this path of healing, every time you feel unlovable, surrender to that feeling. It will pass, depending on how much emotion you have to process. In my own life, I share this from my own journey. It took me around, once I figured this out, it took me around maybe 3 to 6 months of just processing it every time to fully immerse myself from it, to remove myself from it. But as I did it, I noticed, as I surrendered slowly, new situations, new environments, new whatever, were starting to happen in my life because I was acting different. See situations, not react the same way. And that's growth, that's healed, that's a healed sense of self. Healed relationships come from that because you're not trying to prove to yourself, not saying that you are, but you are not trying to prove to yourself something. You are just living in the moment. You are just giving. And it does not matter how they respond, but in turn, you will notice people will respond more nicely to you because, truth be told, you are responding nicely to yourself. That your emotional state is beaming and glowing and just sharing, that you are energy giving, not necessarily energy trying to take. But that's what happens when we feel unlovable. I don't know about you, but I've observed within myself and within other people that often when we are feeling unlovable, we're also trying to feel lovable. We're trying to essentially medicate. We are trying to essentially heal that well of unprocessed emotion within us. So what ends up happening? We connect with other people. We're like, hey, we're looking almost for permission to be loved, permission to feel loved from these other people. And it was never their fucking job. It was yours. And that's when then people, they create codependent relationships. They create these relationships that are good, but at the same time limiting. And they might be like, why is it limiting? People can live their whole life not processing this emotion. But processing it gives you a fucking superpower, a sixth sense of seeing and being in the world that is so open you are like a sun shining. And to me, that's better than any fucking thing. and to give that to other people, to know, and to then you can say, hey, I know this guy, Sharam Namdarian, he's got some good videos on this topic. I think I should send you. Maybe he's got a good course. Maybe he's got a good coaching program. That's pretty good too. But to give that to fucking other people it's like life expressing itself at its purest. You'll see someone who feels unloved, unlovable. You'll give that love to them. They'll thank you for it. And ironically, you'll be loved, but not because you were trying to be. And that's true about a lot of things. Be attractive, not because you were trying to be. Confident, not because you were trying to be. Free, not because you were trying to be. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you did like this video, make sure to leave a like, because if you did, then you know what? I like it. I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.